I'm unable to show the PPT. क्या करें?
You can start now, ma'am, because
Yeah,
PPT
I'm
of.
unable to show the PPT, dear. I don't know where to.
I think we,
Just
ma'am, we
find
can get it by with the help of our
Nafisa.
group only.
The sharing. I've taken some other. This meeting is live stream. ठीक है. Uh, ये कहाँ ले जाना है समझ नहीं पा रहे हम. Chrome tab window. मेरा वो इस पे है क्या बोलते ऑन डेस्कटॉप पे है ये एंड क्या करना चाहिए इसको Zoom पता नहीं I've taken the morning class again I could not find the Zoom app then again just started right now but I'm sharing this one it's not correct now 1 second beta and just 2 minutes more for me window window होता है क्या window नहीं होता है ये screen detect yes करें unable to reach to I'm unable to
Ma'am,
reach
you
to
explain like that only, ma'am.
Amita
You can explain well, ma'am. We need not to show see PPT. You can explain that like that only,
yeah
ma'am.
I don't know what to do with this anyway I'll just show the yeah, PPT you're able to see my PPT no very sorry dear yeah Nafisa unable to show it too ठीक है anyway I'll just start off this mm, right I think later I'll show you, I'll share my PPT if possible, right? Now we are in the communication, in communication research in India and problem. This is the another chapter which are going to conclude today. Today is the last class of our sessions, right? So the communication research, we are in the communication research topic and this is the Indian problem. Whatever problems we face in India related to the research, we'll be discussing today, right? Now, when you think about media influence on what are the influence which have, suppose you want to work on media influence on antisocial behavior. So what should be adopted and how should be adopted and all. Even this is the better topic. Okay. And the media influence on pro-social behavior. So this is the, no, see, as I keep on telling you, the research related to the research topics which you want to choose and which you want to work on, it all depends on your exposure and all, right? Suppose many topics are there, many areas are there, many theories are also there related to the research topic for your communication research. Now, suppose there is a positive effect on behavior, behavior of maybe uh, audience behavior or maybe the consumer behavior talk about marketing or suppose if you go to any maybe sales promotion or that way, right? So different on different areas we can choose media management, media exposure, and again public campaign, public relations campaign and all, right? And again corporate communication, the campaign, different areas I'm talking about relate to the topics which you want to choose, right? Now this is am I correct? One second. Now, so there are many community research institutions are all that been there. You see, each and every communication research where the communication journalism being taught, are being, take up this PhD research also, because now the Indian government want to stress on research. Thus, the reason most of the universities, most of the institutions with their offering mass communication journalism are going for PhD stream also, because they want to improvise and they want to adapt in research methodology, research wings, improvise and again expand the research wing and the research division or its department, because that's the reason they want to go, and they want to choose the faculty also, those who have a net as well as PhD in the research mass communication journalism, such that they can guide, they can, they can lead the student community in in their respective subject and all. Suppose I'm very good in film study, I'm very good in no, new methodology or maybe new media. Obviously, they choose such faculty who are rich in this area also. So now relate to this also, because when we talk about the communication research institution, we have a research audience, research wings are also there, because we can work on all India radio, we can work on Doordarshan also, because when you think about all India radio, in different methodology, research method, that is computer, case studies, content analysis, qualitative, quantitative, interview method, which we discussed, different methods, areas of research methods we can adopt in radio, television, print media, and new media also, because these are the things which we want to discuss in the classes we come across. In the early classes also, we discussed about what are the areas you want to choose, that way, right? Now, current communication research in India and problems. What are the current communication research problems are there in India? And what are the areas which you want to choose, and what are the areas which you come across in your research, in research, communication research methodology. So related to the intermediate competition, what is intermediate competition? There's a big issue come up related to the media, and when a big issue related to the intermediate competition, related, for example, when you walk on, when you want to do a comparative study or content analysis of different newspapers, that is the Hindu and the Times of India, maybe the Hindustan Times and the Times of India, because they are the leading newspapers related to circulation. When you think about circulation figure, obviously Times of India, but in relate to the North India, the Hindustan Times is a leading newspaper related to the Delhi and Bagara in northern places, northern parts of India. So now even they had even when discussing about the Times of India and the Hindustan Times, they avoid each other in related to the circulation figure, and also a cutthroat competition between these two in northern belt. That in total, when you think about totality circulation figure, obviously Times of India, because it occupies all the states, all the regions where circulation figure is quite high compared to the Hindustan Times or the Hindu or Business Standard, maybe the Statesman, वगैरह. There are all the national newspapers and talk about the print media. So intermediate competition also in channels, also audiovisual communication, that is in television, that is in Hindu, sorry, the Inadu, the Sakshi, and the Hans India, and relate to the channel and all. So these are the common current competition problem, current competition issues we can work on. Okay, maybe you can take up the reality shows. You can work on the elections coverage. Maybe you can take on the group discussion during election campaign on different channels and all. Or maybe you can compare to two channels. That is one regional, one English newspaper, one English channel, that can be work on, because they sit in front of the television. You can work on. Okay, there's the methodology is also there to take up this such issues related to the intermedia competition. Now, when you think about private public participation, what you could understand private participation. Now, the Indian government, that is telecommunication, has parted way. They're not in the now they're privatized, as I told you, because when the government privatized these airways, anybody could tell me? Privatization has come up in disinvestment has also come up in the media, that is the telecommunications. Yeah. Now in fourth semester. Right. 1995. Airwaves abhi private. That's the reason you could find no Star TV, Star Network being adopted on Indian soil. I think Saad Bhi Kabhi Bahuti was a great trendsetter in that time because Bini Bunia, they're all from the Indian, may say that product or production. Okay. Now, so when you think of private public participation, you can work on this area related to communication research, right? So we can compare with, as I told, because you can do the case study, exclusive case study on the private public participation related to the content based or maybe media content, maybe related to the, maybe related to the, for example, you want to work on social media. Okay, and what are the social media content being liked by the women at the prime time television? Is it clear? So you can work on different topics which I've discussed. It all depends on the area you want to choose, and it all depends on the which really interests you. You can put your heart and soul in that particular research because though it is a MA communication or a project report, but please try to do the best job and best work. Right now, we can work on even online surveys and poll surveys also. So as I keep on telling you, because number of topics are there, number of areas are there you can work on. Even in work, you can work on online surveys, right? So, what is online survey? When talk about print media, also online website is also available. And talk about the new media, we can talk about television. Is it clear? Even all in the radio, that is all in it is also news on air. Is it clear to you? So everything is available online right now. Everything is online on websites. You can just check it out. You can lot of information being a volume of information is available on website, Google, Google Scholar. I'm talking about Google Scholar related to the researchers exclusively for the researchers who want to work on and research different or research methods they want to adopt. Okay, the Google Scholar exclusively for researchers who want to work on for their research methods. Now, the conducting the surveys also by email through websites growing in popularity, as I keep on telling, because many students are also adopting for emailing and websites. This is the method they want to go for online surveys, right? Now, when you think about since emails, questionnaire are sent to potential respondents, electronic mailboxes, they get immediate attention. The major shortcomings, what are the, you can see each and every methodology, each and every electronic, I may say that technology, okay, it has a advantage and disadvantages. So if at all you want to go for the online survey, right, obviously you can find some shortcomings also will be there in email or online service also. Because suppose you send the questionnaire through online. Is it clear? I think you Google platform also there, right? Maybe Google, what is that questionnaire will be there. We can fill it up and send back to the respondent, or maybe sorry, a survey, or maybe the researcher. When that is not possible, sometimes he may do the blank. He may send it blank questionnaire. I mean, maybe half fill the questionnaire and all. Some may do some, gullible activity he may adopt again. Somebody will fill the questionnaire and he send us on his name. So such shortcomings also been adopted, mean to say possible in relate to the websites and also online survey right now. Now, come to the point of research process and elements. What is the research process then it's been adopted? When you think about research process, what is research design? Because in the early classes also, even I told you what is called research design, research process, research, or problem. Even I told you a number of times. Yes or no? Now, I come to the point of this research process, formulating the hypothesis problem. Initially, I have to know what is the problem. What is the research problem? What is the topic? What you want to do? That is the basic thing, right? And then related to the elements, that is research process and elements, you find a survey of literature survey, literature review of literature, right? Survey of literature, and again familiarization with source material. You have to be very very careful in what you have to familiarize yourself, maybe terminology, the function of each and every terminology, and for that you have to go through the different research earlier as secondary data. You have to read it at different abstract, different research books and all. No, okay, that we can really familiarize with the topic and all, familiarize with terminology and all, familiarize with the different methodology you had to adopt. Research process you have to adopt as per the each sequence should be noted to you, known to you. Then only can do. Maybe easier, smarter work you had to adopt. Not harder work, but a more smarter work which should be adopted in relate to the research process, right, ma? So familiarization with the research material hypothesis. What is the hypothesis? Okay. Sometimes as I think you will discuss later in the coming hour, right? Developing the objectives. Even this is very important because all the research methodology, all the research depends on your objectives. Yes or no? When one class also told you objective should be clarity should be there, at least 5, 6, 7, 8 objectives. All the research methodology, okay, will depend on your objectives. So very carefully designed and put your points in a such a way where you can work on as per your objectives. Is it clear to you? Yeah, it should be a blueprint of your research project, right, ma'am? The developing the objectives, yeah. Preparing the research design, including sample design, very important. Yeah, as I told you, because what is sampling? Because the research design consists about the collection of data, sample design, sampling. Sampling. What is the questionnaire? Maybe the maybe the survey methodology, maybe a case study methodology, maybe content analysis methodology, maybe qualitative research methodology, where you can have sample design, right? Sampling. What is sampling would take it, right, ma? Is it a questionnaire form? Is it a content analysis form? Is it a focus group form? Is it interview methodology form? That way, right? The later collection of data, you've already collected, you already designed, again you created a questionnaire, you send it to the different varied respondents and all, you got the research, now you got the research, respondents, you also got the respondents, response from your respondent. Obviously now you collection of data, you have to collect each and every data which you have designed as per the research design and all, right, ma'am? So now the collection data being adopted. Now you have to sit and do the data presentation. Right? Data presentation, analysis, and interpretation. What have been adopted? So now, for example, you got the 250 respondents, a questionnaire, maybe interview, maybe a focus group, maybe qualitative questionnaire, right? So obviously you have to collect that data and such that you have to make it a more proper way, in a systematic way, you have to adapt it, right, ma? And you should be presented properly as per the design, according to your questionnaire, maybe according to your methodology. Now, now we do the analysis also, right? Analyze the data collected and all. And later interpretation. What is interpretation? Mean to say that how are you going to present it properly? Your own words, okay? And your own, what you could find out in your analysis. That should be textually, you should present it in a proper way. And again, we should explain it properly, each and everything should be written and explained properly in a presentable manner. Is it clear? That presentable manner may not in orally, but in a written, textual manner, textual matter. Report a presentation of research, obviously. So research, report writing or presentation, everything in a systematic manner, right, ma'am? Use of internet for research. What are for this particular research topic? Okay, for this research topic, right? And what are how this internet being used by you? Abuse, not abuse, used by you for the research topic, for your research purpose, for the research process, right? Or best you could do it. What the resource of methodology been adopted? From where the resources been collected? Maybe different websites, different may say that sources of information and all. Maybe in different online surveys and also maybe some journals, maybe some research books and also maybe some maybe some library also. Maybe some data from collected from the books also, that research books also. Okay, everything should be noted and also it should be used in the internet research. You see, and they should put in your bibliography references. Please, compilation of all the research references is the bibliography, as I told you, right, Ma? Huh. Now relate to the formulation of research problem, because as I told you, we have to find a research problem. Okay. Now, each and the problem should be carefully, concisely stated in written form before proceeding the design of the study. Obviously, write the problem such a way where you can easily work on without any inhibition, without any confusion, without any hesitation. Is it clear? So then only, see, then only can do properly way. Because the problem is there for you, and again the problem statement is there for you. Obviously, the problem statement should be, you should have a clarity in that. Okay, the clear and unambiguous variables. We should have two variables. Yes or no? You should take only two variables, then work on comparative study, a content analysis. As I told you, because Times of India and the Hindustan Times, two variables for your research on a print media. The coverage of election, no, election in New Delhi, maybe coverage of elections in Telangana related to the recent concluded elections of the MPs and all. So we can work on that way, right? Yeah. Clear and unambiguous variables. Population being studied. Yes, population. How much population? Population means units. You know? Yeah, the variables in units, the areas, respondents, vagara, vagara. Suggests the possibility of empirical testing variables that can be measured by the researcher. Okay. So what are the, suppose you want to go for 250 variables only, 250 respondents. Please specify that only, not beyond that, not lesser than that. Okay. It could be improved, maybe 250, 270, 260. That's more wonderful. It won't be, it's allowed, again, adaptable, but not less than the 250. And why you got the 250? If suppose you got only 220 respondents, you have to explain in your analysis. Is it clear to you? Everything should be clearly explained. Where some lacunas are there, where you could not do it. Okay, you had to explain it proper with the guidance of your supervisor. And please remember, all the research problems should be complete statement. Okay, and avoid grammatical sentence errors. Please check each and every sentence, the paragraph or chapter wise. Okay, and see that no errors be adapted by you, and have a clarity about that also. Is it clear? Because you're a researcher, obviously they expect that a researcher at this level, you won't commit such mistakes, grammatical error. See, we are creating this research project for others to read and understand and respond to the problem correctly. Because your research project should become a great essence, that should be presented essence of what you could find out, and you should also present such a way where it become a great idea for others to adapt, and again make it a bigger project, or maybe a research project also. See, you always the researcher will always leave a cue in your research project. That's also that will be done for each and every PhD, चाहे PhD हो, or maybe MA project report. If you always find a researcher, suppose you want to do a research, he when he go through some different research topics, I mean research PhD topics and all. Definitely, when you read it, also when you're reading something, you'll find some cue from that. That become a cue, become idea, or idea become a great topic for his research. So that way, it should always do. So that's the reason you have to read the others' research topics, others' research PhD topics, and abstracts, summaries, or maybe methodology, maybe maybe data presentation, and in conclusion also you can find out, and findings, and also from the findings also you can find out, and the further research also can, when you research no topics in those maybe PhD research, maybe in the MA project, definitely you can find the queue for others to take up this research topic. So objectives of research literature review. Each and every review should be properly no, reviewed properly, and please be careful with the subject, concept and problem. As I keep on telling you, please clear about your problem, please clear about the subject, please clear about your concept, what concept you want to adapt, and for your project report. Okay, and discover unanswered questions such as subject and all. And please remember, generate useful research question or project or activities for the discipline. For example, you should have some research generate. You should increase you should have some interest in research problem and all. Okay, then only you can do wonders, right? Now, determine the appropriate research design method, instruments of data collection, and methods of analysis. Always make it easier and more smarter work, as I keep on telling you. When you collect the data, and it should be data presented in such a way where you should analyze it easily. See, because whatever been data collected, it's by you only, not by somebody or some third person, second person. Yes or no? Obviously, that way in your hand only. So, as you collected data on yourself, even you can do analyze it very easily. Okay, and you can more smarter work should be adapted and all. Now, when you collected data being collected, take it a proper sequentially adapted on your system and all. Okay, each and everything should be included, right? Even I told you, because you have to make it a format such a way where edited copy, unedited copy. You have to make it two groups. I could say there are two formats. Objectives. No, sorry. You have to make two formats where you can edit it and unedited, such that you get more easier. Is it clear? Now, and again, yeah, next, please. So now we go for the catalog methods of searching literature. Suppose you want to go for the literature, you go searching for some review of literature. You go for your research methodology. Okay, obviously card catalog, catalog. You have to cards. When you go to library, you can find them catalog or not. Author, title of the book and all. It will be, and with the help of your librarian also, you can search very easily, right, ma? Title of the book and the author, subjective heading, indexes, books and journals, very, very carefully adopted by you. Because when you sit and do the library work, and do take your own time, go in the morning until evening, take your left different box also. I'm talking about your that has to be done in a project report or a PhD, and you have to spend enough time in the library. If you're not satisfied with the with the collection data, maybe it's primary or secondary, right? Yeah. The online search for literature, obviously, as I keep on telling you, internet is the best thing. Google is also best methodology, and see that everything is in a quantum information being adopted by you, quantum information being collected, but it's per your subject and objectives of your research topic, right, Mark? And please visit websites or explore a topic. Obviously, no, the connected topic also we can find out, explore, and as a researcher. And again, when return research topic been because a return research we review sometimes summarize a critical and evaluate on evidence so far to reveal the current state of the knowledge on a topic. Suppose you may not find a proper topic, maybe not the closer topic to your topic and all. For such, then sometimes you also some critically you also you may find that, and don't throw it away. They take it, collect that also when you find the critically analyze the topic closer to your topic and all. Okay, even in that also, you can no, you cannot uh, adapt the same thing, but you can think and when you read it, you can think it over, and definitely you can highlight on the topic, and also you can find a new innovative idea also when you read such topics. Is it clear to you? Yeah. A hypothesis. A hypothesis in research is formulation of research question. A research question is a statement that identifies a phenomenon to be studied. Obviously, research question should be studied properly, phenomenon. Especially in experimental, especially scientific based methodology, finds a phenomenon. What are you going to find out? Okay, so it all depends on the research question. As I keep on telling you, this research question leads directly into hypothesis. A hypothesis is a specific statement of prediction. Suppose you could find exit polls, for example, exit polls. This is the better method. This is the best example I could tell you. Exit polls. So you could already forecast something because with your research methodology, with your sixth sense, maybe with your talking to the people, and also you predicted something, you forecasted something, which is really genuinely you got come to a conclusion. Okay, so that prediction also become a great statement for your hypothesis right now. The developing objectives always be clear objectives. Okay, the objectives of research a project summary has to be examined very carefully and read it thoroughly, do it properly, and more crunchy, precisely written the objectives. Okay, and it should be more clarity should be there, concisely should be written, and it should have a declarative statement that is expressed in present tense. What did I say? A declarative statement and present tense. It should be written in a present tense only, not a past tense. Not at all. Okay, no? Right. An objective should be closely related to the statement of the problem, as I told, because what a problem is designed by you, the topic of your problem, or maybe a topic of a research topic, it should be closer to the objectives. Right, ma'am? Yeah. The collection of data. A researcher normally collects the data according to a pre-established plan and collects an information through an instrument that has been developed and tested in the pilot study. What is pilot study? Initially, what we do, we do some research. We do this before that. We want to do pilot study, tidbits of the research. So you may talk to the people and all. You may read some books also. You may talk to professor also, and you may find something innovative. And when you find such according to problem, according to your objectives, you do a research pilot project. Obviously, that becomes great information for your data presentation, data analysis. Is it clear to you? But more easier for you. In a content analysis, the researcher collects the data from the selected medium and examines the content in a given time frame using different content categories. For example, you want to, as I told you, because when you talk about the comparative study or maybe content analysis on maybe environment, maybe on election, maybe on health communication, maybe on sports, maybe on, maybe what is that? uh, uh, yeah, different topics. Okay, so obviously here you are doing a content analysis of a different two newspapers, two regional newspapers, or one English, one regional newspaper, for into talking about print media, maybe on television, maybe on film, social media. You decide about that also. So obviously this different framework has to be adopted. It's a given time frame choosing different content categories. In that particular time frame only, you should do it now, especially in the audiovisual for 1 month audiovisual communication content, or maybe a 1 month newspapers, election time, maybe announcement of the election and the exit polls also. So will you going to do all this in a particular topic on a particular problem, which your statement of problem and all? So even that's the reason the statement of problem should be very clearly, and your object should be in such a way that closer to the topic and all. Is it clear? Right. So when you do the collection of data, and again, after the data presentation analysis, I keep on telling because I keep on telling you from the beginning. Once the data collection surveying activities are yielded sufficient and relevant data, So when you are satisfied, you got sufficient information, sufficient data. Now, this has to be systematically organized data so that it can be interpreted, analyzed by the researcher very easily. So everything is collected properly, systematically, organized way, in a planned way. Okay. In collected everything you kept on system and all. Obviously, it should be interpreted properly and analyzed properly, as I told you. Okay, ma'am. So that means to say that data collected in such empirical phase are not responding in raw form. Everything in raw form only, na? That's the reason you have to interpret it properly, analyze properly. Analyze करके उसको interpret करना ही है. Report writing later. Is it clear? So, thus must be summarized and subjected to various types of analysis and interpretation. Right? Yeah. The steps in this phase of research are systematic process of data classification, data according to characteristic, properties, and features. What have been adopted as per your methodology, empirical methodology, content analysis methodology, survey methodology, is it clear to you? Research methods, right now? Interview methodology, questionnaire methodology, right? All the features should be covered in the data interpretation, right? Yeah. The collect correlation, looking for correlation should be among the two or more recorded data. Parameters. We're talking about the parameters. For example, you are doing the content analysis and with different variables, obviously, right? And you adopt the questionnaire form. So the two persons can the two different persons cannot produce the same content. Yes or no? Not at all. So here also be very carefully. Now, suppose you given two questionnaire to one person, you definitely get the same answer, yes or no. That's the reason. If you are given two questionnaire to different person, you definitely get the two different sampling, two different content, two different objectives, two different what ideas. Okay, then only these two, even these two are very important for your data interpretation analysis, right? Yeah. So here, the comparison of the result obtained in a research with data obtained in similar research done by other researchers also. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes even we had experienced that also. Suppose on the same topic, similar topic, okay, and even related data interpretation also, presentation also, analysis also, you can find similar, a nearly a similar nearly answers also, but nothing wrong in it because you did on your own and the other researcher did on his own. Is it clear to you? You're not copied something, but you got the idea and you are different on a similar topic on different region on different two newspapers. So instead of the radio, maybe audiovisual communication, you adopted print media. Is it clear? Instead of print media, adopted the new media. Is it clear to you? So you may have similar, may say that present, sorry, data, but you analyze it properly as per the medium also, right? So report or presentation of results also, because everything is adopted to you. You got the collection of data has been done, data interpretation has been done, right? And also analysis been done. Right. Now, it has to be presented properly. In what way? A report writing. Right, Peter? I think already last week, yes, sir has taken the class for you. Okay, just I want to remind you of what the report writing or presentation of results should be done because the job is not completed. What job completed? As you got data collection been done, analysis been done, interpreted properly, doesn't mean that your job is over. Not at all, sir. What the job? All the job is left. Job is left. A report writing, interpretation of the data collected, analyzed in a proper way. right? That's the reason he has to use, the researcher has to use, communicate in an expressive manner, expressive way, not by somebody's adopted, not the other researchers being copy and paste, not at all. Please be careful with this, right? And so the dissemination means process when results of the research are presented or published. Obviously, because you're publishing in the printed manner, you're not copied. That is your own works, your own creation, your own written form, identified by you, identified problem, being adopted, being data interpreted, and again it analyzed and interpreted that way in report form. Is it clear? Then published form. Is it clear? Right. So, use of internet research for obviously that the internet is a great source of information on any imaginable topic. You can choose any topic: radio, television, new media, public relations, advertising, any topic. Communication research, communication methodology, sadhananikaran. You know, yeah, right. You can any topic under the sun. You can work on any topic. Which one you can use for internet? That abundance of knowledge, abundance of information is available on internet, dear children. If you know the source, if you know the websites, if you know the different websites, you have to check and recheck also. One link with the another link will be there. When you choose, when you open any, let's say that website or maybe citation, a citation not allowed to use any citation. You had to be contribute. You had to subscribe for such a research, right? Research works or researchers works. You cannot copy and paste, not at all. Not a single word can copy it. Nearest to that, you can adapt it and you can recreate, rewrite it, but you cannot copy the same thing. So yeah, a different for the, when I think advent of internet carrying out research forward work on schools required piles of books, encyclopedias, business to library. Obviously, you do a lot of work had to be done by you as a researcher. You may have to go to schools, you have to go to the as per the topic and the problem and all, problem and topic and all. We had to refer the books and all. You had to visit some libraries. You had to go through the encyclopedias, vagera, vagera, right? Yeah. Of doing comprehensive literature, so scanning databases, research. You have to do a lot of things. Internet gathering data, especially it is a questionnaire form. Questionnaire, if it's a questionnaire, have to interpret the gathering. Okay, you have to find from other resources, internet resources, maybe website resources, right? Maybe books, journals, resources. Suppose you want to work on nutrition. Obviously, a topic has been adopted. Obviously, a journal of nutrition, maybe NIN, you have to search for the NIN. I see my NIN, open the website, you can find the nutrition topics, different topics on nutrition, what you could find in the labs and all, right? So, what I'm telling me to say that how best to do, what you could collect, what you could do on your own, individually, okay, and again that should be on internet as a researcher, and what are the software downloaded, everything should be what did I say, should be reference, put in the reference, later it should be bibliography, compilation of reference is a bibliography. Right now, the writers using software to write their research reports can improve the writing a great deal. Writing software has been used successfully for a long time. Researching on the great information superhighway using English software in writing can be of great help in your writing, obviously. So, what I mean to say that when you start a report writing, mean to say interpretation, you are doing it. Okay, write report writing, likh rahe hain aap. So please do the good English writing. Okay, you can then use writing software to put together all the research material that you have collected. Now, someone is using Chat GPT, but don't do the Chat GPT, please, for the researchers. It's not for you. It is for the those who are subscribed, who was licensed, registered. Only that facility is provided for such researchers who are connected with them with that software, not for you. Don't do that copycat this business. No. Okay. We can refer, we can read it, we can adapt it, but not the copycat process. Or maybe I could say the copycat, don't become the copycat. Okay, ma'am. Elements of research, as I keep on telling you, research methods been experiments method, research survey method, case studies, content analysis, interview, observation, questionnaire, formal research, longitudinal research, historical research method. I told you, no, elements of research. Please stick to one method, stick to one thing as per your problem. Keep your discuss with your supervisor and talk to them which is the best method, because you should go with the blueprint to meet your supervisor. You have to know what is you should know. Data collection, as I keep on telling you, because collecting, measuring, analyzing the data, accurate this insight for research using standard validated techniques. You should follow only validated techniques only. Okay, now what have been told by your university supervisor, you should stick to that. Not if it is APA style, please stick to that. If it's MLA style, please stick to that only. No Chicago style, cannot adopt Chicago style when your Bravo University is adopting MLA style of writing or report writing presentation. Is it clear, ma? Please remember this. Data gathering and measurement concepts, qualitative, that's what I keep on telling you. Data gathering in measurement very carefully, what the measure been adopted. For example, say longitudinal methodology and kondama, maybe qualitative methodology and kondama, quantitative methodology and kondama. Obviously, there are measurement ఉంటుంది కదానికి quantitative అనుకోండి, obviously you have to find the measurement ఉంటుంది కదా దానికి, nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, ratio scale, ఇవన్నీ కూడా should be very carefully known to you, because see your researcher and measurement scales to be known to you, because when you're studying the research methodology and you have an idea about each and every scaling or measurement of your longitude method, maybe a questionnaire, maybe focus group, maybe qualitative method, quantitative method, ఇవన్నిటి కూడా పనికి వస్తుంది. అండ్ కంటెంట్ అనాలిసిస్ కూడా కొన్నిసార్లు పనికి వస్తుంది. వాట్ ఐ keep in tell you, that is measurement of scale, that is simple rating method, transferring scales, Thurston scale, Likert scale, Gutman scale, semantic differential scales, ఇవన్నీ ఉన్నాయి కదా. సో అది మీకు అంటే గట్మన్ స్కేల్ అంటే ఏమిటి, what is Thurston scale and you should know where is Thurston scale be used and all. Is it a qualitative methodology or quantitative methodology? It all depends on your problem. And research design, primary research and secondary research, because as I keep on telling you with this, because relate to this also, research design. Primary research and ఏమిటి, what you could do on your field work when you meet the people, talk to the people. Your primary research, the questionnaire form, maybe maybe a focus group and all, interview methodology, they're all primary research anamata. Questionnaire form మీరు ఇచ్చారు అనుకుంటామా, అది primary research. Secondary research అంటే from libraries, from journals, from websites, from different using internet, అక్కడ ఎక్కడ రిసోర్స్ ఎక్కడ కరెక్ట్ చేశారో అదంతా కూడా సెకండరీ రిసర్చ్ కింద వస్తుంది. సో దిస్ ద adopted sampling method, as I keep on telling you, sampling research procedure, sampling frame, ఇవన్నీ కూడా శాంప్లింగ్ కూడా మనకి ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇది ఎప్పుడు మనకి వస్తుంది శాంప్లింగ్ అంటే కూడా ఇట్ షుడ్ నో అనమాట. ఫోకస్ గ్రూప్గా, తర్వాత క్వాలిటేటివ్గా, క్వాంటిటేటివ్గా ఎంత శాంప్లింగ్ తీసుకోవాలి అది కూడా మీకు తెలిసే ఉండాలి. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఇది విధంగా మనం యూ షుడ్ డూ ఆల్ దిస్ రిసర్చ్ మెథడాలజీ. అండ్ ప్లీజ్ రిమెంబర్ దిస్ ఇస్ లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఆఫ్ యోర్స్, and 1 minute more for me. And see sampling, please be careful each and every sampling, purpose sampling, ఏ sampling గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలా, sampling ఎర్రర్ కూడా చూసుకోవాలా. ఇదంతా డేటా ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ అప్పుడు, ఎనాలిసిస్ అప్పుడు కూడా యూ మే గెట్ ద sampling ఎర్రర్ కూడా వస్తుంది. సంథింగ్ మిస్సింగ్ ఇన్ క్వశ్చనేర్ కానీ, సంథింగ్ క్వశ్చనేర్లో సమ్ ఆన్సర్స్ నాట్ దేర్ అనుకోండి, ఇదంతా కూడా మెజర్మెంట్లో లైకార్డ్ స్కేల్ చెప్పాను కదా, దట్ బి ఈజీలీ విజిబుల్ టు యూ. ఆ శాంపుల్ ఎర్రర్ కూడా యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ make out. అర్థమవుతుందా? That is my class today. I'm very thankful to you all. Only how many students are there? Only 86 or 7 students are there out of 8 participants, 7 participants, excluding this Bravo host. Okay, dear. So very less students. I don't know how many really they got some help. Anyway, good luck. And any problem is it, go through the question paper carefully, read notes there carefully, and start working on your project's report and take your supervisor's guidance. And before that, please go through the text, that is book, carefully, and should know the concept clearly అనమాట. కాన్సెప్ట్ మీకు బాగా క్లియర్గా ఉండాలా, మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ఏం చేయబోతున్నారు, మీ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి, మీ టాపిక్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏమిటి, అర్థం ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ ఏమిటి, స్టిక్ టు దట్. ఏ రీసెర్చ్ మెథడాలజీ తీసుకుంటున్నారు, ఏ మెథడాలజీ అడాప్ట్ చేయబోతున్నారు, ఎంపెరికల్ మెథడ్ ఇందాక అన్నట్టు కంటెంట్ అనాలిసిసా, సర్వే మెథడా, అదే ఓకే మా ఆన్లైన్ సర్వేనా, ఇవన్నీ కూడా క్లారిటీ తెచ్చుకోండి. టాపిక్ మీద డిపెండ్ ఉంటుంది, ప్రాబ్లం మీద డిపెండ్ ఉంటుంది అన్నీ కూడా. ఓకేనా? సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ నఫిసా, Sinishayana, and again Nikhil Minda and my students.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nadia, Cherukuri Ramesh, and Raghu. Thank you so much. And all the
Thank
best.
you, ma'am.
Any doubt, you can contact me, Nadia, and Yana, Sirisha, Raghu. Okay, all the best and take care.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. Stay safe.